Day to each and everyone. My name is Norius Man. Now I will discuss the law of armed conflict in basic principle. What is Law Act? It is the branch of international law which seeks to limit the effects of armed conflict to protecting persons who are not participating in hostility by restricting and regulating the means or methods of warfare available to combatants. The Law Act arises a desire among civilian nations to prevent unnecessary suffering and distinction while not impeding the effect of waging of war. The part of the public international law act regulating the conduct of armed hostilities. It also aims to protect a civilian, prisoner of war, the wounded, sick, and shipwrecked. Law Act applies to international armed conflict and the conduct of military operation and related activities in armed conflict, however such conflict are characterized. There are types of armed conflict. First, international armed conflict opposing two or more states. International armed conflict, ito yung labanan sa pagitan ng dalawa o higit pa ng mga bansa. Halimbawa nito ay ang giyera sa pagitan ng dalawang bansa o ang pagsalakay ng isang bansa sa ibang bansa. Ginagamit ang militar na puwersa o patakaran sa pagitan ng uri ng bansa. Non-international armed conflict between governmental forces and non-governmental armed groups or between such a group only. Ang non-international armed conflict, ito ay labanan na nagaganap sa loob ng isang bansa. Halimbawa nito ay ang labanan sa pagitan ng gobyerno at mga rebeling grupo sa loob ng isang bansa at nilalabanan nila ang bawat isa. There are purposes of this law. It aims to limit effect of war the civilian and civilian objection. Ang aims lang naman ng armed conflict is maprotektahan yung mga civilian na walang kalaban-laban. Ito yung mga number 1, do not attack people, no longer take part in hostilities. Number 2, do not use weapons that make no distinction between combatants and civilian or weapons and methods of warfare which cause unnecessary suffering and or damage. General legal framework. Ito yung mga general framework na ginawa ng armed conflict. 1864 First Geneva Convention. 1907 Hague Convention. 1949 Geneva Convention. 1977 2 additional protocols, and 2005 third additional protocols adopt of additional distinction of emblem. Why should Iraq soldier learn Law Act? First, Law Act of Iraq. Number 2, professional soldier versus criminals. Number 3, honor and pride. Number 4, military efficiency. Support from coalition. Number 6, facilitate restoration of peace. Kaya pinag-aaralan ng Iraq ang Law Act dahil ito ay naglalayong maprotektahan ng karapatang pangtao at maiwasan ng di kailangang pinsala sa mga sibilyan at ari-arian. Ang pangunawa sa Law Act ay mahalaga upang maiwasan ang paglabag sa batas ng digmaan at mapanatili ang kapayapaan at katarungan sa bansa. That's all, and thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Takumi Abdillah. The continuation of the Law of Armed Conflict Basic Principle. There are three important Law of Armed Conflict Principle govern armed conflict: military necessity, distinction, proportionality. Military necessity. It requires combatant force to engage in only those acts necessary to accomplish a legitimate military objective. Attack shall be limited strictly to military objective. In applying military necessity to targeting illegal arms, for combatant include poison weapon, expanding hollow point bullets in armed conflict. Even law for weapon may require some restriction on their use in particular circumstances to increase compliance with the law of armed conflict. Ang military necessity, ito ay mahalagang nagbibigay daan para sa mga aksyon na mahalaga para sa pagkamit ng mga layunin military habang pinapaliit ang hindi kinakailangang pinsala sa mga sibilyan at sibilyang ari-arian. The next is distinction. You must always clearly distinguish between combatant and civilian or the civilian population as such. Combatants may of course be attacked unless they are out of action. They are forced to combat. Civilians are protected from attack but lose that protection whenever they take a direct part in hostilities for the time of their participation. Similarly, you must always distinguish between military objectives which can be attacked and civilian objects which must be respected. The word objective covers all kinds of objects with whether public or private, fixed or portable. Ang distinction ay nangangailangan na ang mga partido sa isang pagtatalo ay paghiwalay sa pagitan ng mga ang sundalo at mga hindi kombatan sibilyan. Maaaring idirekta lamang laban sa mga kombatan at ipinagbabawal na atakihin ang mga hindi kombatan. Ito ay naglalayon na protektahan ang mga sibilyan mula sa pinsalang dulot ng digmaan. The next is proportionality. When military objectives are attacked, civilian object must be spared maximum extent possible. Accidental damage must not be excessive in relationship to the direct and concrete military advantage you anticipate from your operation. Excessive use of force clearly violates the law of armed conflict. Ang prinsipyong ito ng proporsyonalidad ay mahalagang nangangahulugan sa panahon ng armadong labanan. Ang pag-atake ay ipinagbabawal kung ang inaasahang pinsala sa mga buhay o ari-arian ng mga sibilyan ay higit pa sa inaasahang bentahin ng militar. Ito ay tungkol sa pagbabalanse sa pangangailangan ng pagkamit ng mga layunin militar sa proteksyon ng mga sibilyan at infrastruktura ng civilians. Then there are 10 soldier rules. One is soldier fight only enemy fighter that take part in the fighting. 2 is soldier do not arm enemy who surrender. Disarms them and turn them over to your superior. Then 3, soldier do not kill or torture personnel in their custody. Number 4, soldiers collect and care for the wounded, whether friend or foe. Number 5, soldiers do not attack civilians and civilian objects. Number 6, soldiers use no more force than the mission requires. Number 7, soldiers treat all persons humanely. Number 8, soldiers do not steal. Soldiers respect private property and possessions. 9. Soldiers should do their best to prevent violation of law of armed conflict. Number 10 is soldier report all violation of law of armed conflict to their superior. Next is the Geneva Conventions of 1949. Some of the most important law of armed conflict rule come from the Geneva Convention of 1949. The Geneva Convention consists of 4 separate international treaties. There's treaty aim to protect combatant and non-combatant from unnecessary suffering who may become wounded, sick, shipwrecked, or falls during hostility. They also seek to protect civilian and private property. The 4 treaties govern the treatment of wounded and sick forcefoul and civilians during war or armed conflict. Then yung apat po na treatment of wounded sick force is napapaloob dito yung protection sa mga nasugatan at may kapansanan, protection sa mga byuda, bata at iba pang civilians, then turin sa mga bilanggo ng digmaan. May mga patakaran ang Geneva Convention na nagtatakda ng tamang pagtrato sa mga bilanggo ng digmaan, kasama na ang pagbibigay sa kanila ng karapat na pagkain, pangangalaga sa kalusugan at pangangalaga sa kanilang mga karapatang bilang bilanggo. The next is protection sa mga sibil na nasa ilalim ng occupation. Ang Geneva Convention ay nagbibigay ng mga patakaran para sa proteksyon ng mga sibil na nasa ilalim ng occupation. Kinikilala nito ang kanilang karapatan sa seguridad, kaligtasan at iba pang aspeto ng kanilang buhay sa gitna ng digmaan at pagtatakbo ng ibang bansa. That's all. Thank you po.